Lambs, lambs, lambs of Omega, lambs of Q-Sci-Fi. We are trying to pledge Omega, trying to pledge Omega before we die.
Amen, thoroughly immersed in true Omega spirit, are far greater assets than 80 with lukewarm enthusiasm. Do thy duty, that is best, leaving to the Lord the rest. A lot of brothers in this fraternity were led different ways, but mine is pretty special, unique, and near and dear to my heart. I've been around this fraternity ever since birth. My father was an Omega man, and he's kept me around great Omega men all my life. Those men stood for one thing, two things at that: passion and love for their family, loved ones, and most of all, this fraternity. I remember I came to UNT. I really didn't know too many people, but off of instinct, I knew that I could find Omega men. One night I was in the library, 2, 3 o'clock, just got finished studying for a test, and I see Maiwa, the bossless at the time. So I walk up to him, I introduce myself, and I let him know my interest in the organization. After that night, a couple weeks, I went through the process, and during the process, it was tough, tougher than tough at that. But they told me this wasn't the hardest part. The hardest part will come after you cross. I didn't believe it, shook it off. But I really noticed that it really picked up. A lot of the things got tougher, it got harder. A lot of things weighed on my shoulders as a man. I remember one time I skipped the chapter meeting. I walked out of the restaurant that I was at, and my profiles was just out there waiting on me, getting the grass. Right then, at that night, I knew that everybody in this fraternity is held accountable for their own actions. They not only look out for the reputation of the fraternity, but they look after you as a man, and they make sure that you step up and you hold yourself accountable throughout life. I could also remember, growing up, my father passed at a young age, so I didn't have any male figures in my life. My brother wasn't around. But when I got to the process, I found 3 men that I feel like I could take on anything in life with. These 3 men I love to death no matter what, who will definitely be in my wedding one day, definitely be uncles to my children one day. And that just really gives me the sense of what this fraternity is built upon. Brotherhood, friendship, what these founders stood upon. 3 men who were just close as brothers, never knew each other ever. But they called them the 3 Musketeers because they were such great friends. Great men like Colonel Charles Young, Charles R. Drew, Carter G. Woodson, Jesse Jackson. All these men are just great men who've paved the way for me as a man to come through this life with. And that's just something that I feel is why this is the great organization on the face of this earth.